And that's what I'm doing already in this live stream. If you're watching this right now, what's he doing? He's responding to like Jesse. Thank you for the follow. I.E. Grass. What a name. Neptune says hello. Sage says, are you the 5'4" guy? Am I 5'4", chat? Let me know. I'm on your finger. Get out. Mont says hi. Touch grass. Oh, good for you. Maze, pose for a screenshot. There it is. Why can't you read? Nathaniel says hi. Neptune, thanks for loving the music. Nova, what's going on? Are you okay? Addie says hi. Someone made a whole Minecraft map of your school camp. That's insane. Viola's in my attic. Get out of my attic unless you want to meet God. 205 people. What do you want to know? Ask, share, or yell. I'm going to respond to everyone and provide advice. If there's things you want to know, ask. A lot of people don't understand this, but Tx2 is a character. I grew up listening to like Eminem. This is me, Evan, here to answer your questions, yell anything, share anything. Like Tx2 fan page doesn't believe in him. Someone says, are you bi? Yes. Hi to Amanda. Someone asks how old I am. I'm 25 years old. Kate says hi. Please make a Skibbity Toilet song. Maybe I will. Meg says hi. How is everyone today? How's your mental health? Are you guys doing okay? What's going on? What do you want to know? Who's coming out to a show? Kate, thanks for the follow. X says, I need more piercings, low key. Something about Pickles mortality. Queen of the Year says, who's your inspiration? I would say My Chemical Romance, Green Day, Bring Me the Horizon, Rage Against the Machine, and Eminem are some of my biggest influences. Ronnie, thanks for saying that. Gargle twice. Yo, what is a gargle? Is that like a Chip and Jackie, thank you for the follow. And Finny, thank you for the follow. What do you mean, Maze? Marley says hi. Can I give you a roach? No, please don't. Chewy, I guess it's cozy up here. Where? I'm in your tapestry. What? Why is there a joke among all of you people that you're where? Oh, I'm in your wall. How funny. Hey, everybody. What you go live, what do your fans say? Oh, well, when I go live, my fans talk about how they're in my walls. Oh, they're in the ceiling. They think it's so funny. Hey, I'm in your ceiling. That's how funny that was. Ask anything, share anything, except for please, I'm in your shelf. Ah, great. Look, that's the one thing I would prefer to not even see. Someone says, how do you deal with people being mad at you for not having enough time for their emotions? That's called a whole lot of not your problem. How do I deal with people? Look, it's not your problem. You don't owe anyone your time. Unless you don't owe anyone anything part of you. This is the complicated part of life is people be like, you owe me this, you owe me that. That's going to happen and you owe no one shit as long as you're a good person. You only owe someone something if it would make you not a good person to do that. For example, if you physically owe someone money, if like something you agreed to, whatever is morally right, like that matters. Your word matters. But other than that, you don't owe anyone anything. What do you want to know? 276 people, welcome to my live stream. My question for all of you is how many of you are new? If this is the first time on a live stream, drop a comment that says new so I can see all of the new people. If you're an X, drop a comment that says X so I can see who is new, who's an X. Autumn is an X. Viola is new. Megatron is new. Welcome to I just want to know who here. It's like, hey, it's my first time. I spend my live streams responding to everybody. I'm going to answer all of your questions. I'm not going to pretend I don't see comments like Aubriana, Megatron, etc. Thank you for the follow. Kira, I see everything. But I'm going to get to all of your responses in a second. I just want to know who's new here for the starters so I can see. Like, Jack, you're new. But Vex is hi. The Blood is an X, of course. Foxy, of course, an X. All my X's, thank you for showing up. I'm really curious. Who's new? Michaela's new. Any other? Jamie's an X. Edison's new. All right, so to Silly Goose, all the X's, thanks for showing up. All right, new people, welcome to my live stream. How did you find me? If you found me by just scrolling, write FYP. If you found me from my music, say, hey, I know your music, and I joined the live. If you don't know my music and you were just scrolling, be like, FYP, who are you? If you're an X, tell me how you're doing. How's your mental health? What's going on? Give me, like, updates on everything. You guys know I know as many people as I can from these live streams. And to everybody who's new, I'll do a quick introduction. Welcome to my live stream. I respond to everybody I can, and I'm going to get to that in a second. But if you are a fan of rock bands, if you like bands like My Chemical Romance, Green Day, Pierce the Veil, Sleeping Silence, Bring Me the Horizon, Rage Against the Machine, Eminem, these are all artists and bands that I grew up listening to that inspired me. If you like those bands or artists, you might like my band. Over the last year, we've been blowing up. It's been insane. We're about to play Warped Tour. Open for Ice Nine Kills, open for Beartooth, I Prevail, Killswitch Engage, Parkway Drive. Then there's another tour we haven't announced after that. We're touring the U.S. a bunch this year. Then we're going to England, then in Europe. And if you want to say you found a band on the come up, this is your chance. Check out Tx2, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. Anywhere you have music, if you look up Tx2, you can find us. And at the same time, I'm just lucky to have people who care, so I'm going to spend this live stream responding to all of you. If you guys hang in there for a second, I'll get to everything, including the controversial questions. I'm not going to act like I don't see them in a second. But if you're new, check out the music. If you like the music, the most important thing I'm going to say is that my goal has always been to be more than an artist. I want to build a movement and a community of people that take care of each other, and I want to heal the alternative scene. As crazy as that sounds, I feel like the alternative scene has become a cool kid contest. It's not an actual safe space for people to dress how they want, express themselves how they want, and as long as you're a good person, that is all that should matter. And that you care about the safety of others. But it's a cool kid contest right now, and I said, you know what, instead of trying to join that scene and be part of that bullshit, I'm going to build my own scene where every day I go live, we recruit new people, and we talk about the important things. Number one, mental health. If you don't talk about your mental health, you're going to bottle it up. It's going to eat you alive. Tell someone. Talk about it, especially a trusted adult. That's important. Number two, you need to find healthy coping mechanisms. The scene has this reputation, emo has a reputation for hurting space for a reason, yourself. That has to end. There's nothing good, cool about it, glamorous, etc. The reason I might have talked about it in music, and you might hear about this in music, it's been our past. But now I take care of myself. I am clean, and that has made my life successful. I'm here to tell you that if you want to be successful, if you want to find happiness, if you can, but it's going to take work, and it's going to take finding a healthy coping mechanism, which for me is music. What is your dream? Make that your coping mechanism. Check. Safety. Adults and anyone under 18, so anyone above 18, under 18, should never have any private relationships, any relationship of any sort, for that matter. So for that reason, if you're ever seeing a private relationship forming with an 18-year-old or older, any of you are young here, tell a trusted adult. We have no room for that in the scene, and we're going to end that. All of these things, we're going to end. Do I support God? I'll answer your question in a second, including the controversial ones, like I said. But if you like what I stand for and you want to help us build a movement, we're building it. It's called the X movement. Everybody who's part of it is an X, and we need as many people as we can get. If you want to build this new scene with us, we have a Discord where you can make friends with like-minded people. You can talk with other people in the scene. Over 15,000 members. We grow every day. If you want to be in that movement, you want to build out the scene, DM my IG. My IG is @TX2official. It's the same username as this account, except for it's on Insta. If I've missed you, DM me again. That is the only place I'll check my DMs. Don't DM me here. Don't on any other platform. Insta, @TX2official. Ask for a link. If I missed you, DM me again. If you don't want to DM me, look up the X Movement or TX2's Discord. New people, who likes the idea of building out a scene? Let me know who wants to be part of that. Make friends. You can make friends before coming out to shows. Get updates about everything first. We do voice chats. Delaney, thank you for the follow. I go live every day just to respond to all of you. You can come back to more of these. And this is where I will interact with you every day, is on a live stream. So here we are. All right. Applehead says live. Aaron, you're the best. Thanks for joining. Welcome to the movement. Deanna and Nat, thanks for the follow. Answer my DM. I will respond to any other DMs other than those who ask for a link to my Discord. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. I set this boundary. All right, time to respond to everybody. Do I look at my TikTok DMs? I do not. I looked at my TikTok DMs one time a few months ago, and I hated everything. I certainly do not. TX2 fan says hello. With a napkin. Alexa, I hope your birthday's good. All right, time to respond, everybody. Hit me with your controversial questions, which the classic, do you hate God? No, I don't. For the record, if you believe in God, if you're Christian, good for you. I'm proud of you, happy for you. I personally do not, but you have to respect my beliefs. That's in your Bible. I've read it. And I respect yours, as long as you're not judgmental. The moment you start judging other people, this goes for every Christian in this live. I've read the Bible. If you are judging other people for whatever their life choices are, doesn't matter. That's not your job, and you're disobeying God. You know what I'm saying? I'm not Christian, but I'm here to tell all of you that you can't judge the same. And so that's why I have a problem with judgmental Christians. You're not even doing it. So anyways, what do you worship? I worship nothing. I worship being a good person and realizing we're all just animals on a planet. One day life fades. Makes sense. Why would I think that humans are more important than dogs or any other animal? We're all just animals, man, flying through space. We know so little about anything. You know what I'm saying? I worship nothing besides having a good life, living it how I want. I wanted to be a rock star, and guess what? That's what I did. I didn't have any luck. Oh, you're an industry plant. Cope, bitch. I learned how to make it with that coming from Fort Collins, Colorado. Do you know what I'm saying? I certainly didn't have an easy in. But that's my thoughts, is that you should, worship yourself and learn to love yourself. Maybe not worship because you're not better than anyone else. No one is. But, live your life for you. But that's my thoughts, and I respect whatever your beliefs are, in case anyone wanted to know. My cover of Flowers is weird. I agree with you. I didn't like it. UK tour soon. Lex, see you in the Discord. Worship Ketchup. Can I get a worship ketchup in the chat? That's what we worship, everyone here. Jocelyn says hi. Fish. You actually worship lamps. Why don't you believe? All right, actually, I love this conversation. I was just having it with Cam. Why don't you believe in a God? Well, there's so many horrible things that have happened in humanity, and for us to and literally one of the most horrible things, the Crusades, happened from Christianity. It was literally Christians massacring large amounts of people. This has happened several times in history, right? So you really think God, and also the whole idea of all right, look, if you're going to start a business, the ultimate business is, all right, ready? Well, if I were to start, I'm about to go deep as hell for no reason on a live stream, but why not? All right. If I were to if I really wanted to have control over the world and have lots of money, I would start a business and I would own it, right? And guess what my business would be? The solution to death. When you die, there is a magical, beautiful place that you get to go, right? Guess what? People are dumb. Large amount. You see it every day how dumb people are. I could literally sell people a solution to death, and people would love it. They'd eat it up. And then I start putting different people in power, different groups. You donate. It's for a good cause. Blah 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 blah. Bam. Religion builds. That's why that is my belief on it. But anyways, welcome. Sorry, I got a little deep there. So I made Tx2 sunglasses. Let's go. Mitch, thanks for the follow. I respect whatever your beliefs are as long as you don't judge other people. I don't think there might be a few religions that involve judging people, but the big ones don't. So anyways. What is my favorite video game? Oh, that was a good question. Because it involves video games. What's my favorite video game on the coffin back there? Kate asks. Ooh, good question. Well, thank you, Kate, for asking. My favorite video game on the coffin back here, personally one of my favorites at least. Well, I'll grab a little walkthrough of them. All right, so some of my favorite video games in the coffin, thank you for asking, include Halo 3. This was a co-op masterpiece that had most of my childhood, was playing this with one of my best friends on the Xbox. I loved Halo 3. The online lobbies were great too. Now, Halo 2 included a campaign where you could play as both the Arbiter and Master Chief. Huge fan of Halo 2. Now, Aliens vs. Predator on the Xbox allowed you to play as both Alien, Predator, and Marine, which I thought was a very interesting take in the first person. And let me tell you, the online matches were insane. Those are three of my favorite games that I own. But this doesn't include Resident Evil 4 or Resident Evil 2, which are two of my other favorite games that aren't on this list. And one last thing, in case you were wondering, Metroid, the new Metroid that is coming out has really piqued my interest, because I've been a super fan of the Metroid series ever since I was a kid. As a matter of fact, I've played and beat every single Metroid game out there. Alright, anyways, hi to Luna, Silver says hello, where's the car seat? It's back here. Danny Lynn, thanks for the follow. Danny Lynn was a fan of my Metroid yapping, so I don't really care about any of you guys. Danny Lynn just gave me a follow for talking about Metroid. Do I eat grass? Sometimes I just get out on the lawn and I grass. Jaybird, thank you for the follow. Am I going to do a cambush? Great question. All right, I'm going to do a cambush right now. You guys have decided. Now, red means you should do a cambush with a close range combat, and then blue means you should do a cambush with a long range weapon of your choice. So, close range today. Okay. Close range combat it will be. Before I go and engage in hand-to-hand combat with Cam today, I will tell you, we are going to do a Twitch stream today. On Twitch, we'll be mega interacting because there'll be even less people with all of you. And Cam will be part of it. If if you want to join our Twitch, my Twitch is Tx2 official. If you want to join my Discord, follow me on Insta at Tx2 official. Ask for a link. If I've missed you, DM me again. And if you want to check out my music, look up Tx2 anywhere. We're about to go on tour. Two last things before I give you a nice little cambush. Number one, we're about to go on tour. If you live in Florida, if you live in Dallas, Texas, if you live in Syracuse, New York, if you live in Ohio, Columbus, or any of those places, get your tickets. Think and File. We're about to go on this big old tour, and it'll be fun. We'd love to see you there. And last but not least, someone says, "Are you the F word guy?" It's me. I'm the F word guy. And as a matter of fact, I got a new song coming out this next Thursday. If you haven't already pre-saved, get Think in the File because it comes out, and this is the anthem of this movement we've been building. So, all right, time for the cambush. And this time, it'll be with my fists.
Come here, Sean.
Want a proud dad? Or an angry one? Hey kid, you ever had two dads at the same time?
For an extra $20, you could have me too.
Campus chop!
Oh my goodness. Well. Sneak peek.
Campus chop!
Ah, block.
Huh?
I blocked it.
Do you mind joining for a Twitch for a little bit?
Yeah, I mind.
Maybe.
No.
All right, Twitch, Tx2, official Twitch. See you there. Isn't that right, Cameron?
Indeed.
Isn't that right?
It is correct.
Maybe if you join our Twitch, we'll free Cam. Free Cam.
Awesome.